You're asking God for a car. You're asking God for a car. If God gives you a car, you have a car that is parked in your garage in the front of your house, and the car is rusting away. You can't drive the car. Nothing useful is coming out of the car. And you're asking God for another car. And God is like, if I give you a car, where will you park the car? Your garage is occupied. So you ask yourself, before you move in with a man that says, number one, he's not ready for marriage. But how can you not be ready for marriage? Now you ask him, are you ready for me to give you every wifely duties, to spread myself open, cook, clean, and if possible, you might even conceive. And then he tells you to conceive. I heard of somebody that moved in with a man, and every time she conceived, he will tell her to take the pregnancy out. A man that loves you, a man that you feel can at least manage to take care of you and a child, tells you to do an abortion and you do it for him. That man does not love you. Because if he loves you and if he's a godly man, he shouldn't be asking you to move into his house. Hey precious people, how's everyone doing today? If this is your first time watching any of my videos, I welcome you. My name is Precious Nwadiraro, and I have a question that I have to answer. And the question was, the lady said, she said, help, I've been dating this man for 2.5 years and he wants me to move in. But what I want is to be married, but he wants me to move in. I love him. I don't want to lose him. Please, what do I do? And I'm a Christian, but I am confused. What do I do? If you have a question, you can drop it to the comment. If you don't feel comfortable with the comment section, my email is preciousnwadiarou@gmail.com, or you can just send me a message through Facebook Messenger or my page, Precious Nwadiraro Relates. Whatever question you have, you can ask me. And so when she asked this question, I said, I know I'm a young lady, and I know this is a question that many women are faced today with. So she's not alone in this, so I can relate. And so I just want to say that there are 3 things that you can, that tips that you can look to before talk about proposing or why hasn't he proposed. So 3 reasons why. And the number 1 will be for you to get to know this man that you have been dating for 2.5 years. What are his views about marriage? You ask him. So I would tell her, did you ask him his views about marriage? Guys, I'm making a video. Please go away. Thank you, guys. My children. And what are his views about marriage? What does he think about marriage? Is he okay? Is he really okay with you moving in before he puts a ring on it? There's a song that used to say, if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. No, it doesn't always mean that if he likes you or if he loves you, then he has to put a ring on it. No, it's not as easy as black and white as it is, or as some people make it to be. He has to have views. Sometimes the views of marriage is shaped by our parents' marriages. Sometimes they scare us about what marriage should look like, or sometimes it gives us hope about what marriage should look like. So many times, a man's view of marriage and your view as a lady on marriage can be different. So these are questions you're supposed to be asking in the last 2 years to get to know what he thinks about marriage. Does he see himself getting married in 2 or 3 years from now? Does he see you in the picture? Because he might change his mind and marry somebody else. So does he say it is you that he sees in his future? So when you ask him this, then you understand, because the Bible says that he that finds a wife finds a good thing. That means there are so many ladies that are working that are not wives, but you know that you are a wife. So it's for you to get to know if he has found you as a wife. And the number 2 is the difference between a man and a woman. Women, we think with our heart. We are like, love you, sweetie. And then, this is my fertility stage. Between this stage and this stage, I am fertile. I can have children. After this stage, my window of conception closes. So you are thinking you're sometimes in a hurry. But the man is thinking more of financially. Has he secured his bag? You ask yourself, what job does he do? I'm not saying he has to be a millionaire, but even if it's a room, can he pay for the room, for the rent? Can he, does he have a continuous source of livelihood where he can pay for the rent, he can pay for the car, put the fuel or the gas in the car, pay for electricity, buy food, marry you? Because you want him to marry you. So you have to be sure that he at least can take care of you and maybe a baby. And then the 2 of you can build your home together. You don't have to find a millionaire. No. You can build your home together with the man. What does he do for a living? Can he sustain you? Because sometimes the man might want to marry you, but he knows that financially he's not secure enough to take care of you and maybe a child that might come in a year or 2. So that is one of the reasons why some men, as they don't want to really go full throttle, even though they know they love you and you're the woman for them, because they know they can't, afford to take care of you right now if they marry you. The third one will be, if he has money. He knows about marriage. He wants to get married. Then the third reason, which is a very bitter pill. It's like swallowing bitter pill for us ladies, that you're not the one. Because many times you may not be the one for the man. He might just be in his mind taking you to pass time and waiting for the woman that will come and check his brain, and then he will do one thing to make you leave him. He might go and cheat or do something that will make you be like, I don't want this relationship. Why? He did it to sabotage what you have been building. Because so now money is not his problem, you know now. And he is ready, he is up to the age of getting married, and he still does not marry you. What are you doing with the man? You have to look inwards now and say, what is broken inside of me that makes me feel like I need a man, or I need this man so much that I have to put myself through all this pain and humiliation? What? That years down the line, you might encounter a problem, and then what happens? He leaves you and then goes and marries somebody else after you have sacrificed. Many times we ladies, we say, oh, I've been with him for 4 years, I've been with him for 5 years. If I leave him now, where will I start from? You start from ground zero. You pick yourself back up. You do your work. You heal your heart. You realign yourself with God's destiny for you, because that may not be the destiny of God for you. Many times we ask God and I say, God, I want the man of my dream. Ask God for the man of your destiny. The man of your destiny, not the man of your dream. Because your dream can be a malaria dream. Your dream might be laced with fever. But the one that God has for you is for you, and he will make the man stick with you. Nothing you can do that will chase the man away from you. So what you do now, when you find out that this man has everything in the checklist that makes him to be able to marry, and he still doesn't want to marry you, now you know that you're not the woman for him. Because it is one thing to say you're the woman for me. It's another thing to make the effort to go see your parent, to pay the bride price, to make the effort to put the ring on your hand, to claim you as his own. So now you know that his words and his actions are not aligning. Then you have your answer. You decide to leave. And many times if you leave and he's the man for you, he will come back. He will come back. You know your value. He that finds a wife, you know that you are a wife. You need to let him go. It is your decision. You can't wait for a man to say, I'm no longer interested. As a woman, it is your decision. It's your destiny. You have a destiny to fulfill outside of your marriage. Many women's marriages in their destiny is tied to their marriage, yes. Some women have their destiny also outside of their marriage. They have a ministry outside of their marriage. And if you marry the man that is not the man of your destiny, your ministry, your destiny, you cannot follow it. You cannot follow it. And everything we want to do is to fulfill our destiny at the end of the day. To fulfill our destiny. If he's a godly man, he should do it the way that he's supposed to do. He go meet your parents, he goes and say, I want to marry you, and he makes effort to make sure that you know that you are his wife, and he will claim you, even if you have to sew gari. In Nigeria, there's something called sew gari. Even if you have to sew gari, you can sew gari together and start from scratch and build your home together and build your finance together. So if he cannot be saying his money or his this, whatever he's saying, make sure it is what it is. And please, there's no need moving into a man's house. I know you will decide to do what you want to do. Now I'm talking to the person that asked the question. You will decide what you want to do, but make sure it is in line with God, but what God wants you to do, and you have peace about it. It's very, very important. At the end of the day, the ball is in your court as a woman. You cannot continue to wait for men. And my brothers, if you find a woman that is good, marry the woman. JJ, marry the woman. Stop waiting for the model, the figure 8 model that will come 2 or 3 years down the line. And the one that God has gave you is right in front of you, and she's passing you by. And she's about to walk out of your life. And then tomorrow you say she was the one that got away because you let her slip through your hands. If you have a jewel in your hands, cherish it. If you have a woman that you're dating right now, and your spirit is telling you, this woman will make a good wife for me, go ahead and marry her. Marry her and don't waste her time and keep her waiting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. What are you doing? So my brothers, my precious brothers, I'm also talking to all because I have sons. And this is what I'm also going to tell my son. If you're not interested in the woman, let her go. So that the man that's interested for her will come into her life. Don't waste her time. I love you, my precious people.